Okay, so I've rounded up some book pages and that because I know that I'm going to make a pocket out of a couple of book pages. I may make a pocket I'll have to glue a couple of them together to get it a little thicker. And I may do a pocket out of my crinkly paper. I think that is probably what I will do. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take and glue a couple of these sheets together. And use this. And I probably won't use the whole page, so I'm not going to have to worry about gluing all the way there, just mainly the middle with the wording. And just get it kind of on there good. Okay. And then where did my little, use my little roller here. I don't have any of these left. I bought 15 and they all sold, so I haven't been back to the Dollar Tree. I don't know if they have any more, but this is exactly what I use these little rolls for. This little roller is just like a little brayer. It just works perfect. It's just the perfect size. You can kind of just keep it in a little I keep it in a little antique jar. Is what I do with my scissors and bone folders and whatnot. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna make a little pocket out of that, but we're gonna let that dry. And then I've got a single page that I thought I would probably go ahead and take the title off of that. Just kind of rip it. And we'll take the bottom off. This is pretty aged paper, and it comes apart really well when it's aged like that. Let's see. I go ahead and, ooh, there we go. I ripped that. But you know what? That might make an okay pocket, just ripped. I think we will just do that. Let's just do that. Oh, paper's a little frail. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it anyway. We'll just make a little pocket out of a boo-boo. That's alright. Okay. Alright. So go ahead and get that a little tore off there. Alright. It's not real sturdy though. We may have to, back it somewhat. Gonna have to back it a little bit. Two pieces definitely did not make that sturdy enough. So we're just gonna, let's just back it. I'll just back it in some of this crinkly paper. Alright, so let's let that glue dry a little bit. Let's see. Now I was thinking on, let's see, I'm going to cut this because I don't think the trimmer will be able to cut this. I think it'll just rip right into it. Just kind of rip it up. And okay. So what I was thinking was doing a little bend over pocket. Something like that. And I'll probably have to go ahead and cut that. It's just so brittle. It's just such an old book. Let's see, I'm going to use my little fine tip right there to catch that piece. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just to have a little fold over piece as a pocket on the page. Let me get the book. Here's our pages. Yeah, it's not too big and it's not too small, so I like that. All right, so let's go ahead and ink this up a bit. All right, then let's just get a little glue and glue the, I'm going to actually sew that, so I don't want a whole lot of glue around the edge, just kind of enough to hold it is all I really want. Okay. It's a little uneven. I'm going to try to straighten it up just a hair. There we go. All right. And then this here, I think, I'm just going to kind of take and, you know what, I may just tear. Let's just mimic it kind of in a tear. Yeah. We'll just have us a little torn pocket here. Make sure we're not too, we'll probably be a little too wide. Let's see. Let me see. Now let's back this off a little bit. Well, that glue dries pretty quick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tear that. Let's just tear that off a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's much better. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to stitch around, kind of a wiggly stitch. Is what I'm going to do that. Then of course I have to stitch this. I want to be sure and stitch this pocket here. So I'm going to be stitching those. And those will be just the right size. And I will go ahead and do that, and then we'll kind of see what kind of photos we want on there. I think I want, oh, she's a little too big. Well, I may have to take and cut this down a little bit. Yeah, that may be what I do. Let's just cut this down a little bit. I'll just cut the kind of the black frame off of it. Now I may take the trimmer and straighten this up. I think I'm a little crooked. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of what we'll use. Maybe, oh, I don't know. I really want one that stands straight up. Maybe we'll use this one kind of somehow there. Yeah, I'd rather have one that goes up and down on me here. That's what I'd rather have. Something that went, because it just needs the length. It needs the length of it. And I may do that and just cut them down somewhat. Okay. I think that's going to be the plan. There. Yes. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. And then let's get this cut down just a little bit here. Oh, perfect. Yes. Might have to come off just a hair more. Yep. Okay. That's kind of where I'm going to go. Okay. All right, yeah. Okay, so those are the photos I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stitch around my pockets there, and we'll go ahead and stitch around my photos because I know that I'll be doing that. I'm going to ink up just a hair though on these photos. And then we will work on decorating these pockets. Okay, so I got it all sewed around, and I was looking at this. I had this piece of paper here, and I thought, well, that would be a cute pocket as well. Maybe just have that crinkly on top of the Bathing Beauty. So let's see if it would be a little bit. It is pretty big. It would probably have to be cut down just a hair, but that would be a cute pocket as well, I think. Let's trim it down just a tad there. It doesn't have to be a lot. Maybe about 1/4 of an inch. Cut down our little Bathing Beauties there. Yeah, I think that would work really well. And what I'd want it to do is just barely have the that little rippy part just showing above the Bathing Beauties. I would like that, just like that. So let's go ahead and add a little glue there. Get it centered up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to get my little attach the rest of the way there, and then I'll end up stitching on the pocket, you know, to make it look like it's a pocket. So and that would really be all that I'd need to do to that. And that would just pretty well complete it. So I'll set that over by the sewing machine, so I'll remember to stitch that. I'm just going to run the stitch to outline the pocket is all I'm going to do. Okay, I just happened to notice that piece there and thought that would make a great pocket, just like it is nearly. Okay, so let's decorate these two pockets right here. So let's see what I want to back it in. I may want to use some collage paper, maybe. I do have some of the tissue. I did add a piece of that in the journal. Would I maybe want to add a piece of the tissue paper? Just add a little tiny piece of tissue. Yeah, now that would look good for collage, wouldn't it? Let's go ahead and stick down our tissue paper. Okay. Bring it down a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. And I'll probably tear a little piece of that off. Try to cut it maybe where it's not sticking out. Alright. Catch the little edges that didn't get any glue on it. Okay. And trying to decide if I want the date kind of just not sure what I want to do there. Maybe we want one little Tim Holtz's not sure. Just not sure. Oh, let's see. Just want to collage it a little bit. But that's not the... Nope, I'm not liking that. Okay, so I'm gonna toy around with this for a minute. Okay, so I played around with it a little bit, and I think I wanted to keep my collages simple. Pretty, not a lot of going on. So I decided to just kind of collage it like that. I think that would be just enough without being too much. So I'm going to go ahead and just start sticking down here. Just kind of want a little collage going on. And we just want that date to be small. Just kind of go right there. All right, and we're just going to go make sure everything's tucked down now. A little piece of something back there. All right, so there will be a nice little pocket for our journal. You know, we could put it on the, whoops, it's upside down. Just something like that. That would just look really good. I like that. Okay, so I also thought a little pocket like this. I was looking at this little pocket, and I know that this is going to go here, but I was thinking, what if I was to just add this little, and just leave it long. Usually I cut those, but, and just have it something like that. That's what I'm kind of thinking on that pocket right there. That is kind of what I'm thinking. I think those need to be separated. And then just have that kind of going long on the page. And I'm thinking I would like that. So let's go ahead and get this stuck down. And then after I make a couple, well, the pocket, and I know I'm going to finish the little one I set over so to sew. I want to make a couple of glassine bags. What I was thinking was just having a little glassine to put a tag in, and I'd probably have to make a couple of smaller tags because the tags we made possibly might be too big to fit in those. I don't have one of them just right here to check, but we might have to make a couple of smaller tags to fit in those. But anyway, I want to decorate the front of those. And then this, I'm going to go ahead and stick it down, because we're going to have part of that stick off, and then when I get ready to put it in the book, it will be ready just to stick down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew that other pocket And we'll make a couple of the glassines. I'll get out what I need to decorate a couple of the glassines. Alrighty, so I have pretty much kind of figured out what I'm going to do with the bags. Here's the little Bathing Beauties. This will be another pocket, and all I really did was just stitch, you know, to make it look like it was stitched on the page, actually. So there will be our 3 little pockets for the journal. And so instead of tags, I was thinking these fit just right in, these little ephemera pieces, and I'd have to back it to make it a little sturdier. But I think those would work really well just for a little vintage ephemera. But I have my photos here, and what I was thinking was, I went ahead and stitched around them because, you know, I wanted these photos here, and I'm going to keep it pretty simple, so I thought a little cheesecloth would work really well, and then maybe a little of this fun netting there is what I was thinking. Something like that. Just something very, very simple. So I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac for this. I'm just going to spread a little bit on there, just enough to kind of catch that cheesecloth. And I probably will have to cut a little bit of the cheesecloth from the top and the bottom there. I won't want all that hanging off the top and the bottom. So alright, just get it a little stuck is what I'm trying to do here. And then we're going to get some more little Fabri-Tac here. We're going to try to catch a little bit of that netting. Let's see here, let's use this. And that'll kind of hold that netting a little bit. I do, when this little netting is a little hard to attach, really. You have to kind of get it on the pieces there. So, okay. And then this is the photo I kind of wanted for this. And I think that would look really good on one of the pages. I'll drop that down a little maybe. Okay, I'm thinking that's probably the way I want to go with that. Alright. Let's just kind of stick that down, and then I will have to trim a little bit of my cheesecloth there. Looks like my picture's a little crooked. I want to straighten it up a little. Oops. Grab the scissors and just kind of trim that cheesecloth a little. And then just kind of work it because we don't want to look like it was just cut off straight. So we'll just kind of work it. Alright, and then add a little bit of glue to catch the cheesecloth that's hanging there. Alright, so I think, and I'm going to leave this hanging off the side because when it gets on the page, I think that will actually look pretty good, just a little bit hanging off the, I may have to trim just a hair here. Yeah. But I think that will look nice, just kind of hanging off the edge. So, okay. So there is that. Now let's work on the other little glassine here, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to add a little Fabri-Tac to hold our cheesecloth. Now this cheesecloth has been just slightly tea dyed. that, and then we want a little bit of this. We may want to do this a little on the bottom instead of the top, just to make it a little different than our other one. Yeah, I think that would look nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that netting kind of stuck down a little bit. That's stuck just a little bit to the side there. All right. Alright, so let's see if I can kind of catch it with the photo a little bit. Yeah. Alright. My hands of that Fabri-Tac just sticks to the fingers, and then everything sticks to you. Alright, so let's trim a little bit of this cheesecloth down. Okay, and then just kind of work it where it doesn't look so cut off. Okay, let's get the cheesecloth stuck down. That's a hanging. Okay, and I really like that. That looks just simple, and but yet really cute. All right, so there is our. There's our other little pocket. I mean, a bag. Okay, so we have that. And then one more thing I wanted to do, besides back these, I know that I'm going to back this. Do I want to back them in some of this tissue paper? I'm not sure. I may want to just back them in my coffee dyed. So let's just go ahead and do that. That'll just let them be a little sturdier. Okay, so let's add a little bit of glue here. Just gonna put it pretty well even, because that did just fit in the glassine bag. So can't go side by side, and I've got a little rip there, so I'm going to have to move it over a little. I'll go up the side here, one of the two. And I think I'll just put it. Alright. And then I'll just cut those out with my scissors. And then those will be backed. And it'll make them a little sturdier, so. And you can always journal on the back that way. Alright. And then those will fit just really nice in the little bags there. Yeah. That'll just be kind of cute. Alright, so there's our two little bags, and there's our insides. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to do, I thought about, was I'd like to have a flip, or something that kind of flipped out somewhere in here. I mean, where you just put this in, and whether I use washi or what, so this can flip out and actually be another little journaling spot. So that's kind of what I was thinking with this. And I already got this little gal stitched, and I want to use another one of the labels from the subscription box, and I want to use a little blue medallion. I was thinking just a real easy, simple little collage there. I think that would be just pretty, simple. Not overdone. That's what I'm going for. Not overdone. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down. Okay. And I want to kind of make sure I have these in place before we stick that medallion down. And I think I'm going to kind of mark it with a pencil to make sure I get it. Yeah. Otherwise it will kind of move, and oops, let me get the glue off my hand here a little bit. Okay. And I want to put a couple of those. I want to cover that pencil mark because I want to be sure to be able to erase it. Okay, so we're just going to kind of stick that down. And we're going to erase those. Oops, oh no. Did that just make a mess? I think it did. Alright. Alright. Let's stick that like that, and that will just be a little flip out page. Just pretty simple. Let's go ahead and okay. And I want to keep this kind of just set there so I can see where I need to go with my photo here. Okay. And then let's just stick down our little label. We will just kind of there, and that'll just be a nice little flip. Yeah, flip page. All right, so that's pretty much going to be it for this one. We may have to do cover and booklets, assemble it with a part 4, just to keep the videos at a decent time. So let's go ahead and get the mess cleaned up, and we will start working on the cover and the booklets.